What's up?
There you are. Hello.
Yeah, sorry, I had to wash my hands. How's it going?
What's up? I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty well. Just finishing up a work seminar. I think I'm good to go. Ran a little late. Sorry, but yeah, how's it going?
Oh, it's
What's
going great.
what's going on here?
Thank you so much for joining. I'm
50
doing a
subscribers! Woo!
Oh
Thank
my
you
god.
guys so much.
Oh. Thank you so much for the 50 entropy. Holy crap. We just got 50 subs. Thank you so much, entropy. That is amazing. Thank you, dude.
So
So,
I guess catch me up on what's happening. I,
uh
I had this.
with what I'm doing right now or Yu-Gi-Oh in general or
No. Just like what is this?
what is this? Why am I here? Well, Calvin, you are the self-proclaimed goat master these days. It used to be ABC, but you're gonna be teaching me some old format and walking me through some of your old decks and
Okay,
what you've been playing recently.
sure. I'd love to do that. And then that's my part in this. You're streaming for like weeks now. Right? Is this like a stream or what's this?
Well, I started on Monday,
That's what I was
and
asking.
yeah, so I started on Monday, and every subscriber grants a minute added to the timer on the stream. We're currently at 10 hours.
Okay.
So yeah, we're seeing how long it's gonna go for.
It's like infinite stew sort of
My
thing.
videos
Okay, I got it.
are like
Well, good
super
luck.
based.
Yeah, so I'd like to, I guess, start. But how many people are on right now? How many people are listening?
You're kind of cutting off a little. Or can you turn down your sensitivity
Why don't we play
Yes.
it's in the voice settings? Can you make Calvin louder? Sure. I got him on max here.
All right. Testing.
All good. All good.
Okay. Sure. So how many people are on right now?
3,700.
3,700. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Goat. I guess I
Yes,
should
sir.
start with my history in playing.
Yeah,
the
tell us a little bit
format.
about
Sure.
to begin with.
All right. So I'm Calvin Tahan. I used to be the best in the world at Yu-Gi-Oh. Now, obviously, I haven't been well. As of literally yesterday, I'm playing again. But that's only because there's a Californian YCS that may or may not be happening. Um, so, but it took like a 2 year break. So when I left, I was like one of the greatest to ever do it. Around that
Naturally.
time, so GOAT format obviously is a loved format of the game. I'm gonna say it right now. I don't think it's the best. It might be top five. It's definitely very good, and it's great for beginners who are trying to get into Yu-Gi-Oh. One, because it's a legacy format that'll always be relevant. People are always going to have cards for it. It's always going to be fun to play. Two, it is healthy and good. I think there are a few issues with the format that I'll talk about, I guess, a little bit. But like it's definitely a great format, not the best. I don't think anybody actually thinks it's the best format. People just have to say that to make money. But Goat's great, and everybody should play it. There's something for everybody. And like I said, it's super easy, and that's the best. But it's easy, but it's also not solved. It's like I guess I'll start with my like I started playing Goat in 2017, and it came out in 2005, right? So like even though I've been playing Yu-Gi-Oh for a long time, I haven't been playing that long. I didn't play Goat. I started Yu-Gi-Oh in 2008, and Goat in 2017. So I was super late to the format. Um, Alex Liscaith, actually, Base Lolly, is one of my closest friends. He got me into the format just like on a whim. He said, "Hey, play this deck. It's really good. You'll like it. And just here's a tournament that you should enter." It was an online tournament, um, and I entered and I won. And I thought it was just like, "Oh, Alex has solved the format.
My videos
This is so
are
easy."
like
And the
super
more I
based.
played, the more I found out how bad the deck was that Alex gave me, and how bad I was, how bad everyone else was. Like even the best players to play at the time, like Dale Bolito and like Chris Perovic, like everybody who was like the big names in 2017, they were all awful. And that's like the first thing I found out. I was like, wow, this is like a super under exploited format. Like this, despite the card pool being closed for 12 years at the time, now 16 years. There's so much to discover, and I still think that's true. Um, I've kind of posited it then, and I still maintain now that the best deck is like Zoo, like Warrior Beatdown. Um, and at the time when I was playing, I started tearing through. there was no answer for like a Blade Knight, because the deck at the time was Cookie Cutter, Perovic, like Triple Scapegoat, Double Tsukiyomi. Maybe it played Magic Merchant, played a bunch of flip monsters, no normal summons other than like Breaker and Tribe, and then just Scapegoat. So you just played a deck with like triple book immune that just like turned out 1,000 restrict. You just couldn't lose. So that's what the Zoo deck was at the time. It was actually just like a warrior deck with like triple book immune, and it would play like monsters that specifically didn't lose to Tsukiyomi, such as like DD Sail, which has like 1,600 defense. Basically anything under 11 defense. Like having high defense is crucial. If they try to snatch steal your guide, you just book it, and then your Tsukiyomi couldn't get over it, and it was literally that easy. Other decks that existed at the time were the infamous like DDT deck, that the Reasoning Gate or whatever they call it. That's always been around. There's been burn decks. There's like a Panda burn deck. There's like Chaos Recruiters. And then something happened. Luxury Gaming. Am I allowed to talk about them here? Yeah. So Luxury Gaming started hosting GOAT tournaments online, and it was like huge. Like the scene, it was like suddenly everyone's playing GOAT now. Like these tournaments are huge. They're like filling like nonstop filling like multiple tournaments per day, and I was entering them all and I was winning them all. Literally all like I paid my rent like off of like just like a week's worth of tournament for like 3 months. It was like everyone was so awful. But because so many people were playing, that sparked competition. You had people like Carl Waite getting into it. People like Ghost Rider, who's like I don't know his real name, but he's like a DN. They started showing up, and it was actually around this era. I don't know that I assume the deck was made well before then, but it became popularized. Thunder Chaos. It's like the Chaos deck that's like it's the most played GOAT deck right now. But it plays like triple Thunder Dragon as pretty much the only light. And it plays like Takoichis. And at the time, it played Spy as like a staple because like Warrior just can't beat that. You just had to get around the one Mystic Swordsman level 2, and then like Blade Knight can't get over Spy, and you would just float for turns, and Thunder Dragon would be your light. And it fixed a lot of the problems that Perovic had. It kind of really, and that was like to see that information, like that, like the innovation that whoever brought that deck into the scenes and started to pop up. It was like really cool and like humbling to see. And I started to lose. My win rate went from like 80% in tournament to like close to 50. And I said, okay, I have to innovate now. Like I can't just like summon Blade Knight and win. So I started playing Abyss Soldier, which is where I ended my like time as the quote unquote best. Was like when my Abyss Soldier build was the best. This was like early last year. At the height of the pandemic, I was like grinding DN, top rate on DN. I would just like I played my warrior deck with like I guess that's the one I'm going to show you on stream now. But it's like I need to go on and say that now that deck is outdated because the warrior decks have like bounced back too in their builds. They're making Trap Dust Shoots to Thunder deck, and then because the meta is so volatile in just like warrior / Thunder, their main cards like Berserk Gorilla, because Berserk Gorilla is such a broken card in the Zoom mirror. Because your ceiling is just 2,000 attack. Blade Knight's the best monster you have, and usually you have to set your hand to get it that strong. So aside from that, you're just having Kaikus and like lesser monsters that are still pretty strong, but like not as strong as Berserk Roll, just automatically being 2,000. And so like the power of main decking that card is just so good in Zoom mirrors. Somber the Dark is another card that people are just making toolbox, which is for me always been a side staple. So it's like nuts right now, and the game is super good right now, and I think it might be the most competitive format of any format I've ever played ever. Like the people, I can just name some people. There's a Discord server called Jinzone Time. Pretty much everybody who like moderates there, like Moxies and like all those players, Chopper, they're just like insanely good at the game. Super knowledgeable. I can no longer claim best. Like that ended a couple months ago when I kind of just lost interest. I moved in with my girlfriend, and I had to like focus on that, or chose to focus on. And I just stopped playing like 12 hours a day, and I just played like 3 hours a day, and I still play GOAT every day. I love the game. I'm very good at it, but I'm not the best by any means. There's at least 10 people better than me right now. But
so I had sorry to cut you off, but I had an idea where we could jump into a duel. I'll bring my GOAT deck, you give me your best, and then we can maybe walk through the replay after, and you can tell me your your line of thinking and some
Yeah, that's
strategies
why,
and stuff.
that's why I'm here. I'll literally bring you my best. So we're gonna play a live game right now. I'm ready.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. So you want to host it?
Yeah, I'm hosting on Dueling Book.
I found you.
All right, let's do this, chat. Mods, if we can get a prediction. Calvin versus Farfa. Let's see how I can handle myself against the greatest of Go, at least for a time period.
Yeah.
Oh, going with the Rock. Strong.
I always throw rock.
Why don't
Okay,
we play
sure.
Blackwing?
High less than 3.
All right. Let's get it going.
So I'm gonna play this hand and then I guess walk you through it. Doesn't spoil everything. So
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need to walk me through anything. Like, we can go through the replay after, so... Okay, all right, interesting. No respect for Storm. Okay, let's go with this.
Sure. Okay. I guess I'm gonna normal summon and try to call Prio unless you negate it.
That resolves.
Hmm.
I will sack your Blade Knight.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. I will give it back to you.
All right.
A Sasuke. Nice.
Yeah, this card sucks.
So what does that deal with? It outs like spy
It's for
and
Spy Spirit. It's really common for people to summon Threat Sorcerer in defense mode because otherwise, it gets Mirror Force, or you can crash like Duty Assailant with it. So if that, it's just it's basically for that. Mostly Spy is like the main application. Yeah, that's good. No response.
I will tribute over for Jinzo.
I'm gonna Solemn Judgment that. Yeah, Snatch is like
sense.
one of. I think if Snatch didn't exist, Goat would be a perfect one. That's like my hot take. That card is so broken.
Yep, go ahead. Judgment is a card I feel like a lot of people, at least with like the vanilla list and stuff, isn't super popular except in like Reasoning Gate, but
It's really not popular at all except for Warrior. People just have, and I think it's wrong. I think it should be played in some capacity. People just think that like because Ring is legal, like, oh, you can't pay life. I don't know. Like, there's only so many cards in Goat that do. Like being able to negate whichever one you want to do is pretty good.
go ahead.
Yeah, like that card just did nothing. Like so many cards just do nothing.
Oh,
Really important to get one.
nasty.
I don't play that sadly.
Go.
It's rough.
Interesting. You have no respect for the Storm here, but
Well, I
There's
was
some-
having a lot of respect for it, but I had to negate the Jinzo because otherwise I can't negate anything. And now it's just
Yep.
kind of awkward because I'm not drawing any monsters, and if you just draw the Storm, I lose. That's where we are. But I did have the Judgment for the Storm.
Yep. All right. Let's Go ahead.
Okay, I drew a monster. Guess I'm gonna summon it.
DD Warrior Lady. That's fine.
Okay.
I will pass back once again. I will throw down some tokens.
Okay. I'm actually gonna Torrential.
Torrential. Okay.
Yes. Waiting for that one.
DD Warrior Lady of my own.
Sure. Pretty good.
Go for 15.
Yeah, 15's fine.
Okay. Gonna rip those 2 cards out your hand.
Perfect. I'm gonna chain Dust Tornado. Target that.
Ah, I see what you did there. Very nice. Go ahead.
Yay.
Snatch.
Take that. Call whatever. Run whatever.
My dead? That's it, right?
Yeah, that'll later.
Wow. Okay. All right. Calvin with a swift win there. Yeah, that was bullying. Not bad. Should we take a look at the replay?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I will bring up my Discord here, and I will screen share to you. And you should be able to look on Discord and see.
Yep. That's it.
All right. So I think we show both hands here. So I think you go first here. All right.
Yeah, so I go first. All right, so ideally, if you're setting your hand, the point, quote unquote, is to play around duo. Unfortunately, I opened 4 to make play 9,000. Unfortunately, I don't do that.
Sorry, your audio quality is like so bad.
Thanks. Okay.
Prediction leaked again.
All right. Is that better?
A little bit, yeah. All right, so no respect for Storm, but you have the judgment. But I'm curious about this. Like, is this just like a better have it situation?
Well, no. So there is a solemn judgment thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that I think Go only has like 3 or 4 good cards. Heavy Storm is like the only card that you could play here that I would negate, other than Jinzo, because that is just inherently I have like can't use judgment otherwise. So the logic is that I need to set Mirror Force to that, right? If you normal summon something like Breaker, that's just game management. Like if I only set Mirror Force, get my Mirror Force crash 2 for 1, I lose. So I need to at least have judgment sets for that as well. The reason I set Snatch Steal as well is because of try Dust Shoot. If you draw Dust Shoot, at 3 hand, I'll draw the 4. So automatically by setting 3, I'm turning off your Dust Shoot. I'm going to be judgmenting Storm anyway. And unfortunately, you're going to hit those 2 cards as duo, but at least it's like a known. Like I can play my turn around knowing that if you play duo, that's what you're going to rip instead of a random card. I just know I'm going to lose those 2. So I'm doing the best with what I have. It's really subpar hand. I had to summon Blade Knight specifically because it only has an effect when it's the only card you have, so I can't summon Sasuke here. It's an awkward hand. It's like a really bad hand. I think I played it on every board player we played.
So looking at my hand here, I just went for the Merchant. Do you think that was the right play?
Yes, because when you see the Blade Knight, you know you're playing against Zoo. Snatch Steal is like a really, really good card against Zoo, so you want Fate to be able to loot that back later. I think you're expecting me to knock you, or even just like end phase Dust you, and then just attack it over Blade Knight. I think you still have to set though. I think your hand plays itself too. I think you did the right thing. This is like the Merchant's quote unquote your fodder. Like you're expecting it not to resolve, and if it does resolve, it's
Greater than 3.
So I summoned this here because I assumed that you wouldn't set a monster with less than 2,000 defense that Blade Knight could just kill. So it's either Spy that I have to exile, or you're going to Saku me anyway, which you just did. So regardless, my Blade Knight's not getting through, and I may as well exile to be safe.
Mm-hmm. So right here, I pass, and I feel like setting him off is probably not the right thing to do here.
No, setting is great, especially with Snatch.
Wait, so you think I should have set him off here?
No, I don't think you should have set it.
Okay.
Wait until you actually, you're playing. You're just opening pretty simple as well.
All right, so you've got the pressure here for Bakro and Sasuke, and so I guess like my bomb play here, I suppose, is Snatch Jinzo, but I guess it's pretty easy to read that you've got some kind of protection like a Judgment here. So I guess maybe my alternative line would maybe be like Set, Moth, and Scapegoat.
I don't think that wins though, because against Sasuke, it's not bad. You're fighting to Scapegoat. I think it's better to Snatch because Snatch is a power card for its due, right? So that's the card you want to get back with. Like if you're assuming that your Moth's going to resolve, which I guess you could fairly assume, unless the card I literally just drew Knock, which it was. But because I had to exile your other card, right? So I don't have Knock. So like you made a safe play. But this is a good game showcasing why I think Zoo is just so good, because every card I draw is going to be online. You have to be literally can't activate. Like Air Knight, Jinzo, and BLS use cancel. Ironically, I draw BLS too. BLS is a card that I think is just super toxic. It's just like has the power level of like a card that was printed in 2016, like Necroz era, but it was legal in 2005. So I think you just have to play it. But it does kind of suck. Like I play 4 dark, or I play like 6 darks, I guess. Like obviously I don't draw any of them this game.
Do you think maybe tribute summoning Parshaf instead of Jinzo would be better?
No, because I think Jinzo was the only thing that could have quote unquote auto won the game, or forced a judgment, both of which you wanted to do. I think you're just getting. This is just a matchup playing itself. Your hand just has a bunch of cards that don't do anything. I played around duel all game. You drew Knock, which doesn't have an effect against my deck, but every deck has to main deck to Knock, because it's just how volatile the format is. Like you didn't build your deck wrong. It's just an inferior deck compared to Warrior. I think.
Okay, so you normal summon DD Warrior Lady, and I choose not to Mirror Force it because I don't think that's a very good card to hit.
Yeah, life points are a resource in GOAT. Like you definitely did that right too. Like you can just take 2 more free hits from Warrior Lady.
So one thing I could have arguably done was like Scapegoat on the end of your turn, so that when I drew this meta, it was live.
If you knew you were gonna draw it, yeah. I think now this turn, for example, you would definitely go knowing that you have the meta, and I know that you know that, which is why it's torrential.
Yeah, so I mean you're torrential in anticipating the meta. But is there maybe not a world where like I don't know, you just
so the reason I choose to torrential here instead of waiting until you meta, is because you might just quote unquote might be literally just stalling with the GOAT, and I don't have like I'm playing a tempo based deck. Like I have to kill you before you get set up because you do have like a crazy setup if your game is allowed to go long enough, and I don't have another judgment. Like you pointed out, I just die if you draw Storm, so I need to end this game quickly. So the worst case scenario is if you just pass some 3 tokens and it takes you 3 additional turns to clear them. So I had to try.
Okay, and how? Yeah, so this was a sick play with the Dust Tornado.
Yeah, it was. I chose not to set the road in there. I figured you had to. This is good for me.
How? Wait, did you set Rota off of Dust Tornado? Oh wow, I didn't. I did not know you could set spells. I thought it was traps only. Wow, never mind.
Yeah.
Was there not a world where maybe you Mirror Force my Warrior Lady, or is that?
I was considering it, but the reason I didn't is because I had Snatch.
Okay. And I guess that just.
Yeah, kind of like I pointed out. Like if you had no back row here, I'm just gonna try.
Yeah.
Even if you did, I was still taking it.
All right.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with the standard vanilla GOAT list? Is it just I guess just aged badly?
I think it takes too long to play any of the cards. Like if you just look at your hand, every card in your hand takes at least 1 turn to set up. Like best case scenario, you set Scapegoat, end phase, use it, play Metamorphosis, tribute for internet. Like so many things have to quote unquote go right. This deck, like the Perovic list, I don't think Air Knight's played anymore. It's just it can't go to Respy, which is very well played, like highly played. It doesn't compete with Chaos Monsters, but the actual Go Control deck is still good. It ironically has a really good Chaos matchup. It's like a triangle. It's really weird. Warrior just destroys this. Like Warrior in theory destroys Chaos too. You just can't deal with Spy, so you have to like really hope you knock the right card, because if you knock like a Decoichi or something and then they have a Spy in hand, you just lose. Some lists are playing double Sasuke Samurai. Just like my old list was playing 2 just to clear Spy. Like that card's such a problem card, and it kind of really just like sucks to play against. It's so oppressive. But with the like if that card's not being played, then I think Zoo has a winning Chaos matchup for sure. And then your deck has a winning chaos matchup because they're just setting flip type monsters, right? And so Thousand Eyes just like loves eating those. Like Thousand Eyes Tsukuyomi all day.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, so it's a cool triangle. You just have to build the deck right. You wouldn't play Air Knight. Yeah, like I don't know. Some cards that were staple in 2005 aren't staple today. Like CD Warrior Lady was a really powerful card because it was like a 1-for-1 worst case, right? Now it is like it's pretty underwhelming unless you have Warrior Toolbox to like search it out. Like I don't think just Technical Warrior Lady is very efficient in most builds at all. So it's just a lot of stuff like that. Like the format's pretty nuanced.
Okay. Do you want to go at it with a different deck? Do you have something else built?
So I only play these decks, but I have another deck built. This
Okay.
is I mentioned I'm gonna there's a grinder named Ghost Rider who's really good. I think he's European. But I have his list. He won a GOAT YCS with this list, and I really admire it. I think it's pretty creative. So I'm gonna play
Go
with it.
YCS, huh?
Yeah.
How many people will show up to these things?
Well, it's not in person, so everything right now is in virtual. But I think that one,
Yeah, of course.
that one had like 300 players. It's GOAT format. It's a pretty big number. Yeah.
All right, I'm hosting.
Okay.
Oh, you're an expert. You passed the DB judge exam.
Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was like my win rate. Everyone's like, "How are you expert?" And I was like, "I guess I just like have like a 90% win ratio." I didn't know it was that. That makes it less cool. Yeah, I play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. I know, like I definitely know my rulings.
Okay. All right, let's see. Let's go with this.
Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna play duo.
Why don't we play
All right.
Blackwing?
Just kind of see what we're working with. Okay. I learned nothing. Okay, that sucks. So duo was Cosmic Cyclone for Magician of Faith. That's fine.
Cosmic Cyclone for Magician of Faith.
Yeah, when they have the Serpent, it's just whatever.
All right, I'm gonna add my Serpent here.
Yep.
I'm going to set. I will meta.
Ooh, that's fine. I will allow that.
I will Prio Snatch.
I will chain Reiki Braid.
Okay. So what happens? Does this immediately die or does it just stay set?
So Prio on Thousand Eyes only matters if you're targeting Speed.
Okay.
And every other scenario, because Thousand Eyes is not in the field anymore, you can't split them. So nothing happens.
All right. I will Storm.
Oh, you had that. I will Judgment.
Oh. I guess I'll knock.
This sucks. Wow, this is really bad. Yeah, my Vision of Faith is gone. Looks like I lose this one.
That is all my faith's gone.
Oh, terrific. Okay. Guess we know what's in your hand.
All right, go.
That was not the worst card to draw.
This back.
Yep.
Well, I will set.
Yep.
Meta.
Cost. I have to negate.
Two judgments gone through. All right. Not terrible.
Man,
that's a good one.
Not great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm just attacking here. From this spot, I don't know that I can win because I assume you have faith in him. This is gonna be brutal.
Do people ever go Thunder Dragon discard twice in Go, or is that just like more of a modern thing?
They definitely do. It's to play around Trap Dushu and to like put a second Chaos Sorcerer online and do something too. Keeping your hand in Chaos, keeping your hand under 4 is super crucial. Yep, that's fine. Okay, that's funny. And I guess I'm just gonna end up tribute summoning this anyway.
All right. Hmm. T-set.
That's really good. I'm gonna attack anyways.
I will return my. I'm gonna return meta.
Set 1 pass.
All right, I will hit the judgment.
That's rough.
Set.
Yep.
Meta.
Yeah, that's game.
Hey, we took a game off Calvin. Nice.
Yep.
All right, let's go through the replay. Talk about that.
Okay, that's gonna be a disaster.
All right, here we go. So let's take a look. This is what deck are you playing? Is it just
it's Ghost Rider. It's Thunder Chaos, but it plays the Judgment package and it plays Mask of Darkness. So I thought that was really cool. So instead of like Takoichi, it plays Mask of Darkness as the dark.
Okay.
That's pretty much the only innovation. I think it also plays Takoichi, but yeah, instead of like Spy.
So I did a little pro storm here. Don't know if that was correct. Seems kind of dangerous, maybe.
I can't see your screen right now. I don't know if you're sharing it.
I am. It's on Discord.
Okay. Share your screen. Camera available. Huh. Okay, well, I remember the game.
Do you not see it?
No.
Wait. Let me try again. What about now?
I still don't see it, but I can just watch the replay on my.
You can pull up my Twitch. That might help.
Yeah. Okay, so that will help actually. Nice plug.
Nice plug.
Twitch Farfa. Okay, found it. Dope games.
All right, so I don't know. Maybe this might be a little bit risky of myself. What do you think? Setting Storm and meta.
I'm loading it right now. I'm watching an ad.
I'm watching an ad.
I need to see your hand in order to tell you what.
Okay.
So you set only Storm and meta?
Mm-hmm. Do you think I should have set like Sinister or something as well?
Goat's really weird because yeah, I see this now. A good player will never storm you there, and a bad player always will. So you're not beating anybody who you otherwise wouldn't. Well, I don't know. I guess you might be the good player this way because they'll set other back row to match it. But like a bad player is just always going to blow you out, and I don't think there was any upside to that. Besides, I played Duo turn 1, so that was good because you secured like Storm is one of the power cards of the format. So you definitely by setting it, you guaranteed that it wasn't going to be hit by Duo. But like if I summon Breaker, you just get blown out. I think it's unlikely that anyone summons Breaker there though too, because like really if you're setting 2 like that, no other cards, they're probably Scapegoat. It's like Scapegoat and like Jar Greed or like Threat Dust Shoot. Or maybe like one Scapegoat and like one's not tunable. Like one might be Torrential and the other one might be. So like at least half. So like you're assuming it's going to trade with Heavy Storm, and they're pretty weak overall. I don't know. I think I just would have set Storm if you were going to do that at all. I don't know if setting meta was all good because that binds you to like having to use the meta before you do anything.
Yeah, so I figured the it's like when you set 2 first, it's like you're incentivizing your opponent to match you, but
Yes.
Like you said, I guess a bad player probably just wouldn't do that, right?
Correct.
A good player wouldn't do that.
I said I don't know. Like I really hope there's somebody watching this who's like, oh, you can play this. It's like I think this deck's cool, but I don't claim to like know how to play the character. Maybe there was like maybe I don't set Faith here because like my Night Assailant is not online, right? Like and I forced a Regeki break and like ditch Night Assailant for like a -1 in like a second, and that sucks. Like I should wait until I have Kieran. So maybe I don't know. Like I'm not really sure how I was supposed to play this. I think it just kind of played itself like double judgment, setting my hand.
So I went for the set Serpent into meta. There was a world where I guess I could have led with Nobleman.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe that would have forced out your judgment.
It might have forced out 1. I think.
Oh yeah, you do have 2.
I think Nobleman's right because. So in Go, like it's really limited, like when you can play a card. Metamorphosis is kind of cool because it's like a Nobleman and also a Snatch Steal most times. And if this resolves, where do you go from here? Because you don't have a Tsukiyomi, right? So like, let's just say you have a 0 attack Thousand Eyes for like 10. That's not like super great. I think you play Knock here because it's the only like it might be the only time this duel you can play Knock. And meta you can play it anytime you want. So that's kind of why I think it sucks that you set it with the Storm because you're just like forced to use it here out of sequence, so to speak.
Right.
It works out because I ended up Regeki breaking it, and then I think the Knock. This is such a tough duel. I have to negate that. I was thinking about negating the Knock too, just because I have no other cards.
How come you didn't Knock with your set Faith? Like, is not like it seems really important.
I didn't Judgment it because the only card I was adding back was Snatch Steal, and it would have just been so demoralizing if you had like set one at the end. Like if you just didn't have two monsters in your hand and you had like set an MST, I just would have like gotten back a Judgment with my Faith, or like a duo with my Faith, and like it was a Cosmic Cyclone for whatever reason. Because I knew you were adding back Serpent, right? It was just so bad for me. I was like, I figured I'd hold this and maybe like high roll into like Graceful Charity, like cards I could actually use, which is what I'm trying to do here. Great draws. Like drawing Thunder Dragon here is terrific because it puts online Charity. If I ever draw Charity, I just have huge weakness to just get back to the game. Right now, I'm like in such a.
So I had an option to like jar, but I feel like I'm in a very good spot here.
This was like highly like not judgmenting this Warrior Lady was super greedy, I think, because you just have game on board. Like I have two Thunder Dragons, and you put me in having to draw a live card, but I got away with it. I don't know. I think I probably should have negated that. But I know you have a Faith in hand, right? Because you Knock, you only banish one. Most decks play two. So I know you have Faith and Serpent. So I'm trying to like save your judgment for anything really, and just praying you don't draw live cards. You do. Yeah, here you're playing. I think you just go for the kill. So set the Faith. You're just setting up your Metamorphosis play.
All right. Well.
Yeah. There it is.
So it's this is I guess this is the Ghost Rider deck. Like, what's like the advantage of this? It doesn't seem like super amazing, but I guess just like
that was one game. But I like it. I like the Judgment because I think Judgment like plays against Warrior really well. A lot of the beauty in this deck is the side deck too. He sides Spy, so like his Warrior matchup only doesn't matter. And he sides triple Widespread and triple Sakuretsu. So he's just like games 2 and 3. He's just like dominating Warrior because he already has Solemn Judgment, right? Warrior's best like tool against Chaos is that they have Judgment, and Chaos generally doesn't. A reason Chaos generally doesn't is because Chaos is a combo deck. Like Chaos Sorcerer unless you have a Lightning Guard, so you want to draw monsters. You don't want to draw Solemn Traps. So like playing those are bad, but he plays the Koichi, he plays triple Jar Greed, which I didn't see. But if you're looping Jar Greed every turn with like Mask of Darkness, he did double Tsukiyomi, like keep looping them. I think it's Tsukiyomi also is a cool card because it traditionally does nothing against Zoo, but because of the way that Zoo had to adapt, it now is super weak to it. I think the first thing I talked about was that like Zoo was built with Tsukiyomi in mind by playing high defense guys that could like beat it, like Skill Dark Position, stuff like that. Now it's pivoted to like, oh, Chaos is such a highly represented deck. We have to main deck 3 Kaiku, which has 700 defense. So Tsukiyomi just comes in and just destroys you. It kills your Blade Knight, kills your Kaiku, kills your Berserk Gorilla. So I think this deck had a really good Zoo matchup and still had just a pretty decent like Goat matchup, pretty decent mirror. I just think it was well built and I really appreciated it.
All right. Okay. Is there any other decks or any other matchups that you would like to go through at all?
I made a really fun deck that I'd love to play you with stream, but it's not a matchup deck.
It's not like, what? Sorry.
It's not a real matchup. Like you'll never see this in a tournament. Like,
okay, sure. I'm done.
I think.
Did you come up with this yourself?
I built this myself. It's never been done before.
Okay. All right. Let's check it out. What do you think of the Reasoning Gate deck? Because it seems like powerful. I guess it's like the highest ceiling deck in a way, right?
There's a lot of misconceptions about that. It's somebody once said recently that it's reasoning control. It's not reasoning like O2K because it's really not. In essence, it's a control deck. You're floating scapegoats, and the good decks are playing Jar Greeds, and like you're waiting until you can combo off and create like an unkillable board. But you're usually not killing your opponent. You're usually just like doing some damage and ending on like a Dark Halter, and like I just like a bunch of big minions that nobody can deal with. Jinzo and stuff like. But I think it's a cool deck. It's super clunky. Warrior really exploits it a lot because being a warrior player, you just like I said, the main power of this deck is that you can just every card is live turn one. The games with Reason Gate that you're thinking about, like that are super high roller, where they're just like open triple reasoning and like Monster Gate and like Snatch Steal, and they can just like play their whole deck in one turn. That rarely happens. What usually happens is a seven scapegoat and passing, where they're having like one reasoning that they like hit a Sacred Crane with, and if a good player calls four, they just can't win. All right, I have to think about how to play this one out. I'm gonna set. But yeah, I think that deck's cool. I think Warrior has like an auto win matchup against it, but it's really good against the other three, like the other main decks. It's especially good against Rogue. And Rogue, like, I don't even want to call it that because Rogue is representing the meta. Like they're like Panda Burn is a very popular deck. And Reason Gate just destroys that because Reason Gate plays triple true nade. So it's just any like level limit deck is just gonna automatically lose to like oh, that's fun. Well, now you know what I'm playing.
Whoa, Exceed Dragon Cannon. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I played this in a progression series thing I'm doing with Team Samurai, actually.
Oh,
so
man, it's so fun. Yeah, I went to go ABC, so I'm playing like ABC.
Okay, well, I suppose we are going to...
From here, it's super hard for me to win. That was a +5 jar.
Yeah, not bad.
It's like super hard to win. I'll see what I can do. These aren't like the actual ABC pieces. They have to be in the field set. That kind of hurt.
Yeah. Are you playing the Valhalla thing that specials from hand?
I am, yeah. That card's
okay.
funny.
Yeah, I think once you get Exceed Dragon Cannon on board, it's so good. Yeah, I don't have Judgment.
Cool. That's good news. I don't know how good this is. I need to deal with that tribe. Alright, I guess I'm gonna play this.
Oh, frontline base. There it is. Yes. X-Head Cannon.
Yeah,
wait, can you summon that?
Oh, it's not a union monster. Whoa, never mind. Oh, wow, that's obnoxious. Okay. Well, I'll play front run base and do nothing. Huh. That kind of sucks. Well, I didn't have a storm. Maybe you don't have a storm.
I think I'll throw Jinzo into this.
Oh, that's so over. Yep.
I think I'll attack with Jinzo. I don't know what the defense of most of these guys are.
Just draw one.
Okay.
I'm not drawing any monsters.
I feel like sometimes GOAT format just has some like really auto win like turn one plays that just super hurt. Like something like, you know, like duo pot happens like quite often, and I get like it's just, sometimes it's really hard to like come back from that. And
it's hard to come back from the Trinity.
Sometimes it's hard. It's like kind of frustrating sometimes to play GOAT because it's like there's so many one-offs, like you can't play around all of them, but like they're all like super deadly.
That's why I don't like Snatch. I think like Storm is easy enough to play around, but it's kind of like you said, playing around a one-of is like kind of moot. It like for the current Yu-Gi-Oh player to understand how to play GOAT, you kind of have to remove yourself from the context because it doesn't really. It's a different game. Because look how long this game is going. We're all 14. I mean, more from drawing helps, but you're gonna get a lot of turns. So like even if you start +1 off pot, if you just like I know it's easy to say this because oftentimes it's not true, but if you just manage your cards well, you'll eventually be able to overcome that deficit. But trading well, setting up game shots like one you're hopefully about to see me do right here. Despite this crazy losing position, I might just win next turn. Nope, I didn't draw a Union Monster. Okay, well, what can I do? What can I do? That's a fun play.
How am I doing after 35 hours? Oh yeah, we are at 34 hours and 40 minutes.
All
And
right,
more to
I'm
go.
gonna blind MST you. I'm hoping to
Okay.
hit a card called Book of Moon.
Okay.
The one under Tribe.
Not a bad hit. Not bad. I'm thinking if there's a world where I book my Jinzo.
I would love that.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Let's go with the Sangan, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty fine. That's fair. Okay, I guess I'll knock that for fun.
Okay.
Oops. All right. Normal summon X head cannon.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved you to book that because I could just kill it, but now I have to do that.
Sure.
So attack's okay.
Yep.
Damage step.
Mm-hmm. Limiter removal.
Damage calc.
Whoa! Wait, am I dead? Wait, no, I'm not dead.
It's only
36,
70. Yeah.
and then how much damage do I take?
He's at 72, so you take like 4,000 something.
4,000 something. Chat, maths. I'm really bad at maths.
72 minus 24.
48.
Yay. Still in the battle phase.
Ring. Oh, that's a draw.
I had to hit Book of Moon.
Yeah, I do not have another book. Okay, let's go again.
Like I said, despite the deficit, you can find ways to come back.
Wait, so how do we... Oh, there we go, rematch. All right, let's go. Run it back.
Damn.
Wow, you weren't joking about always throwing down rock, huh?
I always throw rock. I don't think you should have any control over who goes first or second. All right, I need to not get +5 jarred this time. Maybe instead of forcing a jar, I can force a win. Let's try that.
Has anyone sent me it? I think so. Yeah, I've got it in the other tab. I'll check it out after this chat. Yes.
Classic.
Well, because I liked it so much last time.
That's so crazy. Wow. Right. When will I learn?
I guess we just get more cards.
You sure do.
All right, go ahead. It's just like, it's so dumb. Like, there's like an absurd amount of blowouts, but I guess it doesn't matter because you managed to get me with a draw anyway. So
Summon breaker.
Oh, you gonna crash? Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I will actually try to crash. Yeah, I'd like that.
I will.
It's just a better outcome than hitting a random card. Yep. Okay, same thing as hitting a random card. Terrific. Maybe phase 2.
Ooh.
Freya.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down 5 cards. But we're in a winning condition. I got a big monster. Maybe you can't deal with it.
I will end phase go.
Uh-oh. You can deal with it.
Let's go meta.
Yep.
And Prio Steel.
Yeah.
Wait, why'd you give me a token?
Go gives you 4.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I deleted one from the... Oh, yeah, sorry. Apparently I just can't
3.
count. All right, let's see. Let's just declare an attack.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Ouch. Oops, misclick. I can't deal with that. Hmm.
Set. Okay. Draw.
Yeah.
Let us activate knock.
Yeah, it's fine.
um. I think if you had torrential, you would have like probably used it actively. So let's try and
Okay.
no, that is not how that works. That is not how that works.
Yeah.
I'll just swing for 26.
Yes.
Okay. I will actually dust this.
Ooh.
Middle one.
Middle one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's fine.
Okay. I will go with this.
Sure. Okay. My options are way worse now.
Gonna chain ring, target my warrior lady.
Yeah, that's game.
Hey! I was hoping
well.
you didn't have a book there.
It's rough. Yeah, this deck's not very competitive, but it's funny.
Oh man, I don't have the footage of my my duel versus Sam, but do you know what progression series is?
Progression series? I've heard of it.
Yeah, so me and Sam are basically what we're currently doing is we're opening all of the sets of Yu-Gi-Oh chronologically.
Okay.
But we're doing side sets only, not core sets. So we started with like Dart Beginning and then Dart Revelation. And I pulled a bunch of the XZ canon stuff. And so yeah, it's like basically your deck but like draft. So obviously not as refined, but yeah, putting together XYZ Dragon Cannon and stuff. I assume that's like what you're trying to do, right? That's like your win condition?
Yeah.
All right. Can I see your list? I'm actually super curious.
Can we what? Oh, yeah. Let me send it to you. All right, I sent it to you on Discord.
All right. Modern, well, I don't know about modern, but refined XZ Dragon Cannon deck. All right. Yeah, 3 XYZ. Limiter removal. I'm curious why you go for limiter removal. Because I feel like you kind of just want to. I don't know if you want to OTK really. I mean, isn't the win condition just setting up XZ Dragon Cannon?
Yeah. It is. So, half the deck, I don't know. It's like two concepts. Half the deck is just like return, limiter, and the other half is just basically. I think it's really funny when Dekoichi gets knocked because all three get banished and you can return it and limiter it. I think that's just like a super cool win condition.
All right.
So I enjoyed that aspect of it. And I don't know. I just playing machines in 2005. There's not a lot of machine word support.
Yeah.
I could definitely play like a chaos or like a zoo deck almost, like with Judgment and like Book of Moons and Sakuretsu, and like take out all the bad cards and just play my extra zoo cards. But I think at that point it's just like not great. I think you at least need return because I think you're banishing two of them from the field, right? And then you play return. You just make effectively another like a double XYZ monster, which is really cool. These monsters have pretty high power levels for Go format, but they're pretty fair in their design. Like, they're super hard to make. You have to banish two vanillas from the field. Like Wyhead Cannon has terrible stats, so it's not going to live. Frontline base helps a lot for that. I don't know. Yeah, I think this is just more me trying to be funny than like. It's tough. Limiter's good. Like with Jinzo too, especially. I don't know. I can't really understate how powerful Limiter is, and it puts them on the clock where they kind of have to like trade awkwardly, because a lot of times you can like Limiter super early in the game and push for like not lethal but like a big number, and then they have to play the rest of their cards differently, and that leaves them open to stuff like Snatch Deal, and like a final push for when you do play Return, and you can actually kill them with that push.
Yeah, I really like the return here. It's pretty cool. Is the frontline base like it's not like a hard once per turn, so if you have two up, you can just like special like two unions, right?
So if you draw, I guess those 4 cards, you can play your hand.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. Well, Calvin, this has been super insightful. It went by so much faster than I thought it would, but I guess that's just how GOAT format is. I thought we'd end up in like 40 turn like grind games or something, but yeah, no.
Ultimately, yeah, that's the games can grind, but like most times they are pretty. There's like choke points in the games, right? When the game ends, it's just over.
Do you want to have? Do you have any like closing statements about GOAT or anything you want to wrap up with, or anything you want to bring up?
I do. Yeah. I think GOAT's tremendous. I think everybody should play it. It's super rewarding. DN is a great DB. Dueling Book is a great tool to use for that, because they have the entire Yu-Gi-Oh card pool, and you can sort by GOAT cards. That's really helpful for deck building, because you can just like build decks for the cards that are only. You don't have to sort through everything. There's literally a function that you sort through. Right under custom cards, it says GOAT format cards. You can just look through that. Super fun. There's online tournaments everywhere. There's like multiple Discords that have them. There's multiple Facebook groups that have them. There's GOAT rated on DN. It's just great. And the community is super like. I have like a really abrasive personality, right? And like I think very highly of myself because I put a lot of time in this game, and I am very good, and I know my worth. But there are people who are way better than I am and way nicer than I am. And the format's super warming and great, and I think everybody should play. That's enough talking about GOAT. I think can I plug something here? I mean, obviously,
yeah, of course.
everyone watching is supporting you. If you care about Yu-Gi-Oh, and you like watching content, I think Farfa has like probably top 2, maybe even top 1 content. Like I rarely watch Yu-Gi-Oh content, right? Because I play it competitively. So for me, it's like watching memes isn't as like my time is better spent grinding the ladder. But when I do watch it, I'm gonna be honest. Like I watch you. Like when I really enjoy your content. I think you're really good. For content creators, he's number 1. But for competitive, there's a group called what are they called?
Duelist Academy.
Yes, Duelist Academy. Basically, all the competent players who currently play right now, so like I don't currently play, are like best players from every region, from Australia, from Europe, from US. I was gonna say here, Canada. Like all the best players that you can name from those countries are all on this site. As coaches, as deck builders, as resources to join the Discord. I am currently in the process of literally subscribing myself, despite plugging it, because I think it's such a good service. And I mentioned at the start of this video, I want to get back into current Yu-Gi-Oh. I haven't played for the entire pandemic. The last time I entered a YCS, I got 3rd place. So like that was when they had YCSs. It was a long time ago. So I think if you have a serious approach about getting better, and you're somebody like me who's a work professional, and you have a real job, and you have a girlfriend, and you have a life, it's tough to find time for your hobbies. And if you want to maximize your efficiency with that time, it makes sense to pay for it, because you are paying for a service, and it's gonna like it's just tenfold better. Like just pay for the Patreon, get actually better instead of doing the same thing by yourself that you don't have to be doing. Pay a professional to teach you. Just like you took any actual, like if you wanted to paint tomorrow, you wouldn't just try to paint. You would just like talk to somebody who knows how to paint. You would take painting lessons, piano lessons, stuff like that. Take Yu-Gi-Oh lessons. Join Duelist Academy. They're very good. That's the best thing I can tell you. Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, Farfa.
Yeah, of course. It's always a pleasure to catch up, and I hope you've been doing well outside of Yu-Gi-Oh as well. It's been a while.
It has. I hope you're well too. I hope you're safe. It's troubling times, but
yep. Hopefully, see you at Pasadena potentially. So we'll see.
If they let you in, I'm definitely gonna go. That's great news. All right. Yeah. I hope to see you there.
All right. Take care. Did see you.